Oi, shipmates, YouTubers, Facebookers, and the people in Bailey's Prairie, Texas, population 442. They're still there. Let's talk about Bailey's Prairie, Texas. Years and years ago, when Jenny and I first remember going through there, we had a pretty good laugh at Bailey's Prairie. And this time when we were down visiting with my cousin, Highway 35 runs through the town where they live and the town where he was in the ICU. Now he's been moved up to a long-term critical care or acute care hospital up in Stafford, Texas. But let me tell you about Bailey's Prairie. Bailey's Prairie was named after a man called James Britton Britt, if you knew him well, Bailey. Now, he lived 17 something to 1833, okay? Now, he was a Texas pioneer. He was noted for his courage. He wasn't even afraid of a bear. He was noted for his integrity. He didn't lie. You better not lie to him. And he's known for his eccentric behavior. He came down to Texas, had a wife and 6 kids, going to start a new life. And he did. He came to Texas in 1818. And he settled in the area now that's called Bailey's Prairie. He put in for a grant, or whatever they did, but it was a grant, I think. But he came into this land, which is called Bailey's Prairie now. And he joined Colonel Stephen F. Austin's little army in 1824. He was a captain in his army. And in those days, Texas had a lot of armies. And they were like Colonel Austin and Colonel so-and-so, and where they got the colonel from. But we were having, we meaning the Texans, were having a lot of disputes with both the Indians and with the Mexicans. Of course, Mexico owned Texas. But the people came down from Kentucky and Tennessee and Alabama, Georgia. Well, they were looking for a new life. And, of course, they were looking for some acreage. You can have your own farm. And they couldn't do that over there anymore. It got way too civilized. So they came to Texas. Like David Crockett said, you know, go to hell. I'm going to Texas. When he was a senator from Tennessee, in Tennessee. Anyhow, Captain Bailey was noted for, I say, his courage, his integrity, and a little eccentric. It's a sad thing that he died in 1833. Now, of course, it's a sad thing to die. But the sad thing was that he missed the Texas Revolutionary War for 3 years. He loved war. Oh, my Lordy, he loved it. Missed that one by 3 years. But when he died here at Bailey's Prairie, he had in his will, and they did it, he wanted to be buried standing up, facing the west, because that's where the Mexican and Indian trouble was coming from, facing the west with his guns at his side. So nobody could look down on him, even though he was dead. And that's what they did. He is buried here in a cemetery I'm going to show you in a minute. In the next video. But he's buried right here, Bailey's Prairie, Texas. There's 3 historical monuments to him. One is the plantation name that he owned. Another is talking about his service in the pre-revolutionary days. And of course, the one here that you'll see first off is about him being a little eccentric. We thought you might like to know it. Just another, Texas has got some real people, really crazy people, because in those days, it's getting too civilized in other places. And some people need a lot of slack. They don't need any fences. Don't fence me in. So this is going to be a little story, a little short clip about Captain Bailey. And like I say, he is face standing up, got his guns, and he's facing west, so you don't want to mess with him. It's also said and rumored that sometimes at night, Captain Bailey wanders this prairie. I don't know if that's true or not, but if he does, I ain't going to tell him no lies, I'll tell you that. So, well, Captain Jack messed the ending of that up. So here's a new ending to it for Billy Bones, the parrot, and Captain Jack, saying, I keep my guns loaded. Until we see you next time, thanks for watching. Adios. You see, Captain Bailey was eccentric, and he was buried standing up with his gun by his side facing west so nobody could look down on him. He was a ranger and all that stuff. Anyway, so I took this and I will put it on. I've got some photographs and I'll put those on for you later.